space-time, is this real or illusory? So from the physics perspective, non-relativistic classical mechanics used to treat time as a universal quantity, which was tick tock, ticking at a constant rate, regardless of whether there was an observer or whether there was anything at all. And the space was considered a separate entity and was assumed to be Euclidean. Now, in the early part of the 20th century, special relativity deemed space-time as a single entity, but the space was flat. Then came soon after general relativity in about 10 more years. And then the space was allowed to be bent, or the fabric of space-time was allowed to be bent. And this bending of space-time is how they explain gravity. So gravity was no longer a force now, and it was simply that mass and the space-time, their interaction was resulting in gravity. Then this worked very well on the larger scale, but when you started pouring or peering into the really small stuff at the level of atoms or electrons or like quarks or bosons, classical mechanics or general relativity didn't make any sense. The observations were very weird, to put it lightly, and unpredictable. So many other theories came which tried to merge this quantum mechanics and the classical general relativity into unified field theory. String theory came, M theory came, loop quantum gravity. And currently, it's widely believed that the space-time is an emergent rather than a fundamental phenomenon. From fields to entanglement to emergent, space-time and everything within may be simply holographic. We may be living in a simulation. But if there is a simulation, it's got to be running on some sort of memory or information. So the background true nature of space-time may be simply information, which can be then interpreted in infinite ways by the observer. The collapse of wave function that they talk about, it's unknown whether it depends on the observer or not, something that they are actively researching on. So this current incomplete scientific understanding kind of seem to agree with the non-dual spiritual understanding, which has been around for thousands of years, in which the experience of this space-time and everything within has been called Maya or illusory, including the pursuit of spirituality and enlightenment, which is also your illusion. There is no up or down, in or out. There is no yesterday, today, and tomorrow. It is just one moment which is divided into infinite objects and timelines by the observer through the use of information or memory, which then generates thoughts and a sense of self. And when you start examining this self who's looking at all this, begs the question, who am I?